Hey guys, I'm CM. Oh, I can't do my intro. This is too funny. I started recording and then I found this guy's face. It was hilarious. But hey guys, I'm cmasupra, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 video. Okay, I should get away from his face so I can start the video. Oh, this is the worst intro for a video ever. So up in the north, we have the one and only best Company of Hero player you'll ever see, CMA Supra. In the south, we have my opponent, who is Lev306, and he was a mute the entire game, didn't say a word, didn't even say have fun. I mean, I don't expect good luck, but at least have fun would be nice. Anyways, we are playing on a map called Minsk Pocket, and there's only a winter version of it available in this game right now. They may or may not come out with a winter version at some point, but there's only a summer version right now. I may have said there's only a winter version, but I meant summer. And I really wanted to do a map analysis in this game because this game was actually a pretty good example of how this map plays out. Because most games are, and this game actually went pretty decently for both me and my opponent. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I build tier 1 just like you always do as the Germans. I wonder if anybody's tried Pioneer spam in this game. I am sure it's nowhere near as effective as it was in Company of Heroes 1, simply because they cost more, but I wonder if anyone's tried it. That'd be interesting to try. I just thought of that right now on the spot. Maybe I should try that next game I play. But as you can see, I built tier 1 as well as an additional Pioneer squad, and I'm doing my usual start as the Germans, 2 Pios and a Grenadier, so nothing special. Over on my opponent's side, it appears he has brought in another combat engineer squad, which is very unusual for the Soviets, and he doesn't even appear to be building anything with it, so not sure what his plan is there, but I'm sure he has a plan. Like I said, this game did go pretty well for both me and my opponent, so it's not like he's too much of a noob. At least he's about the same noob that I am, because everybody is a noob at this game right now. So his first squad, the default one, went out to capture this point, but it is not connected to his territory. Instead, this squad is capturing this point to connect it to his territory, and that will work out just fine, because they captured it very quickly. And this field point, I believe, does take longer to capture, so it was good that he sent his first squad here. And he appears to be going down the middle, which brings me to the map analysis. You can see I'm going on the right side and the left side with my Pioneer squads. He's going straight down the middle, and I guess the first thing I want to say is this map is essentially divided into 3 lanes. If you look on the... Actually, I'll bring up the big map. If you look on this big map here, you can see that this particular map is longer in this direction that my mouse is going on than it is in this direction. So as a result, it has three lanes going in the long direction. So first off is the middle lane, in which there is combat happening, in which I am guaranteed to win because these combat engineers are not going to beat Grenadiers. They never do, close range or long range. Actually, at close range they can win, but not at this range. This fight's been going on way too long. They are 2 damage. They may as well just give up. But they're not. Oh, because they have conscripts coming to save the day. Right. Anyways, going on to the map. So there's 3 lanes, and you can see that there is a ridge right here going along the left side, and that is to divide the left and the middle lanes. And then over on the right side we have the exact same thing. It's just another ridge with some holes in some locations to allow people to go from the middle to the right, because you do need to allow flanking to some extent. In the middle here, we still have the engagement going on. I have gone into cover. I have my second unit, which is the MG, which is the second unit I always build as the Germans in this game. And look at that, his conscripts are neutralized, his engineers are getting away, and they're going to go and capture some point. I don't know which point they're going to go capture, but they're going to go capture a point. And they will live to fight another day, except I am chasing them. I thought he went to go capture a point, but I apparently chased them. I knew he had them alive, and I was chasing him. There we go, I broke off. So he's going to go capture a point, and I'm just going to be like, wow, this squad is really bothering me. Because this squad does end up bothering me. It captures some points that I should not have let it capture. So you can see, yeah, it's going up here. It's going to capture the munitions point. It's going straight for it. I'm making a straight dash. They're not going zigzag to it, which would be very weird if they chose to do such a thing. They're going straight for it, so they're capturing a munitions point, and it will actually cut me off from both this strategic point and this one and this victory point, even though it doesn't matter if you're cut off from victory points. So he is neutralizing a lot of what I did over here on the right side of the map. Going back to the middle, you can see he has built a Maxim MG, which means that he has built the support weapon company, or Tier 2, as the Russians. And that means that we won't be seeing Tier 1 units, which are the scout car, the sniper, and some other unit that I never build, so I don't know what it is, believe it or not. You can say I only have Tier 1 so far, but have I teched up to Tier 2? I have. So my third unit, which was out on the field already, is another Grenadier squad. The first one I gave an LMG 42. So I go Grenadier, MG, and then another Grenadier, or sometimes I'll go Grenadier, MG, Mortar, which is another option. It just depends on how campy I intend to be, because mortars are so overpowered in this game. You'll actually see that in this game. In this particular match, you will see just how overpowered they are. So here we have a mortar from my opponent. We have an MG, somewhere. Where did it go? Maybe it retreated. It probably retreated. Nope, that's not it. I don't know. I don't know where his MG went. There it is. Okay, yeah, here it is. It retreated. So he retreated his MG, but he still has a conscript squad. I thought the MG was still here, because as you can see, the MG, he does have 6 men. I'm not too sure why he retreated it. Probably a misclick or miskey press. But he retreated it, and I thought it was still here, so I was not charging his mortar, which would be the smart thing to do against a mortar. And I clearly have the upper hand in terms of a force. I have a Grenadier squad, and another Grenadier squad, and an MG to suppress me, to suppress him, not me. If my own MG suppresses me, there's an issue. To suppress him if he charges my Grenadiers. So I really should have attacked the mortar, but I didn't, because I thought his MG was still here. And now it is, but it's facing the wrong way, because that is just what MGs do in this game. If you tell them to go somewhere, they will automatically set up and face the wrong way 100% of the time. They intentionally look the wrong way. Over here, you can see that I have sent my first Grenadier squad over to the left side, and it took quite a while because of this gigantic ridge going across here, which is one of the key features in the left part of the map. You can see, say you were capturing this point right here, and you wanted to go over to the middle victory point, you have to go all the way down this path, and then all the way up here, or down here, and then to the middle victory point. So the left side is quite cut off from the middle, as is the right side from the middle. In the middle here, we can see that I had to retreat my Grenadier squad because I was just losing the fight, and he had an MG there. I also had an MG though, and I have put it in the half track, which I was not aware was even possible. And you can see it's actually not right here in this icon. Bugs! This is not like beta anymore. Why are there such bugs in this game? Because this game was kind of rushed, because Company of Heroes 1 servers had to get shut down, so it's not their fault. Anyways, over here on the right side, we have a conscript squad, which was running into some mines. He did make my pioneers retreat, but he was running into mines that I was placing, the 80 munitions anti-infantry mines that the Germans get. And as a result, he lost quite a bit of health. Hey, some more mines! Yeah! And you can even see the sign right here. The Germans are nice enough to lay signs for the Soviets telling them, hey, there are mines over here, you don't want to go here if you want to live, we respect your lives. And yada yada yada. But the Soviets don't seem to speak this symbolic language of skull and crossbones. Instead, they run over these mines and get killed a whole bunch of times. I mean, just look at how many men they have lost simply to mines, nothing else. So mines are very good. They might cost 80 munitions for the Germans, but they are very good. In the middle, while all that was happening, this half-track pushed off his MG, so his MG has significantly backed up. I'm pretty sure he retreated it and then brought it back forward, otherwise if I would have chased it probably. On the left side, I am recapturing the points that my opponent kind of took from me. And what do I have coming out of the base? My first Grenadier squad, as well as another Pio squad. So I only have 2 Pio squads, that is good. That is how many you should have. Or 1, depending on the number of vehicles you have and the number of base buildings you intend to build. So here I have captured the middle field point, and as you can see, I have basically driven a wedge through my opponent's territory by capturing this point in the middle. So my opponent has the left side and the right side of his half of the map. The map really is divided in half pretty much with these points, isn't it? Just looking at the mini-map. Yeah, it is. So I've driven a wedge into his territory, and thus, looking at the minimap, he knows I have this big territory, and it looks like I have so much more in the middle than I really do. So he's probably feeling pressured in the middle, but he knows he has the left and right sides, so he knows he should use the left and right sides. Over here on the right side, he did try to attack, and I am apparently being mortared by either my mortar or a mortar of his, but he has no mortars over there. He only has one mortar over here. So that was definitely friendly fire, just shooting at my own pioneers. You can see I have built a scout car, and that is because I figured, well, my opponent probably doesn't have much AT, so I'm going to go with a scout car after the half-track, even though I normally build one or the other, not both. Especially a scout car after a half-track, I normally don't do that. If I build a scout car, I might build a half-track afterwards. But in this case, I built a half-track and then a scout car, which is very rare for me to do, but I did it, and it has worked kind of well. I have successfully outflanked my opponent in the middle, his MG, and now he has an AT gun, and I saw it setting up, so backing up, just get out of there, and my scout car gets one shot. Wow. That is a bit crazy. My scout car got one shot by the ZIS. ZIS 376mm divisional field gun. And now I'm being mortared with 5 Panzer Grenadiers. I should really get out of there. So here I am, I'm trying to get out of there, and then I realize, hey, wait a second. His MG is not over here. Let's go charging the mortar. Get rid of it. Panzer Grenadiers are great at doing that, but then look at how much health these guys have. Wow. Are they even going to make that out of there? Oh, they get out barely. Now you can see my opponent is mortaring me once again, and this half-track has very low health, so I do want to get it out of there. I don't want my pioneers to die, because mortars can one-hit kill any squad in this game. Half-track would also take a lot of damage from mortars, but while all that was happening in the middle here, I went over to the right side and started capturing some more points with my grenadiers. So both of my grenadier squads are over here on the right side. Only my half-track and MG are holding the middle here. There was also a scout car that was holding the middle, sort of, kinda, but it died before it really did anything. I'm pretty sure it didn't get even one kill, so that sucked. In Company of Heroes 1, I don't think there was any vehicle that could be one-shot killed by an AT gun, except for a Kettenkrad, a bike, a Jeep, very, very light vehicles that you get at Tier 1, or Tier 0 even, for the Kettenkrad. This is a Tier 1? No, Tier 2 vehicle, yeah, that's what I thought. These are a Tier 2 vehicle, and they get one shot by AT guns. I do not like that. But it is what it is. Mortars are OP, apparently AT guns are OP as well. So here you can see my opponent did try to flank me. He knew I had an MG, he's shelling where it was right now. So what he did was he brought his conscript squad up the left side, went all the way around this hedge, and with Company of Heroes 2 line of sight, you cannot see the enemy flanking you on the left side of the hedge. So he came around here, and he found my half-track, which was fully repaired, along with a pioneer squad, so he very quickly got out of there. He knew he was not going to be able to successfully flank my MG with a single conscript squad. Over here, I appear to have forgotten my grenadiers, which is fine. They're just sitting there warming or bathing in the warm sun. Now I've remembered them, and I'm sending them both to go flank my enemy from over here, but it appears my opponent is either a map hacker or really lucky, and he knows I'm coming, so he has set up his MG, and he is bringing it over to my grenadiers. Either that, or this is a really late reaction to my capturing of the right side, because I captured it quite a while ago. And here we go. I find the MG, the MG finds me, and there goes my grenadier squad. Sadly, when they're suppressed, they don't really move where you want them to move, and then they get pinned really quickly, and then they're just useless. However, before getting pinned, I do throw or rather shoot a rifle grenade, and it does quite a bit of damage. Took out half the men and a lot of health for the MG. So that was very useful, and to do that I only lost one man, so definitely a manpower win for me there, and I have plenty of munitions. I don't even consider the munitions cost of 20 to be a loss of any kind. In fact, I'm about to do it again here with this squad, on this man right here, this one man right here. I'm going to waste 20 munitions to kill the one man. It's coming. There it is. Oh, it didn't do much. I think it just rustled some dead bodies. These dead bodies. Yeah, I think they just rustled them. Over on the left side, we have our T-34, which I was not expecting or prepared for at all. Look at the top right over here. Do I have a single AT unit? I have none. I only have one Grenadier squad, which is in my base, and it has Panzerfaust, which don't do much damage, but do slow the T-34 down. So he once again flanks on the left side. He killed the half-track. He left my Pioneers to go capture points, even though there's nothing to capture over on the left side. I have all the points. So he brings it into the middle, and there goes my mortar. It is dead, decrewed anyways. The MG squad. Here's a Panzer Grenadier squad. Oh yeah. So I have a Panzer Grenadier squad. I just gave them Panzer Schrecks. You can even see the message here, because when I saw the T-34 over on the left side, I was like, I have no AT. I am not ready for this in any way, shape, or form. Panzer Schrecks it is! So I bought Panzer Schrecks, and I'm using the MG to handle my opponent's infantry, and I'm going to use the Panzer Schrecks to really just hurt my opponent's T-34, because Panzer Schrecks are awesome. One Panzer Schreck is awesome, two is twice as awesome. Does that make it awesomely awesome? Possibly, who knows. My MG is doing fine despite getting shot at by infantry and a T-34. My Panzer Grenadier squad, on the other hand, is not so fine, and neither is his T-34. My Panzer Grenadier squad goes down. That was a Vet 2 squad that I just lost right there. But his T-34 is significantly damaged. He knows he can't take another hit. He doesn't know that I have no AT, except for this pack right here, which I built in response to the T-34 as well as the Panzer Schrecks, is way back over there, so I really have no AT over here. He could have easily just dealt a killing blow to my MG, but he didn't. Instead, he decided to flank it, which was very smart, and we're going to retreat it. Will it get away? Ooh, that is going to be a close one. Will it get away? It gets away. There we go. That's what I want to see. Seems retreating is becoming more and more useful in this game. It was definitely not too useful in the closed beta, because the retreat modifier was not significant enough. I don't know if that means it was too small or too big, but it was not significant enough. Now here you can see I am remaining this mortar with my Grenadiers rather than my Pioneers. It's smarter to do Pioneers because I believe they have a smaller reinforced cost. But I did it with Grenadiers because they were just there, and I wanted my mortar against this MG that I knew was here, as well as the AT gun, and my opponent's mortar, which is located over here. And I've just found it with this Grenadier squad that I was sending to the middle because I don't have any anti-infantry in the middle. So mortar's retreating, good. Send the Grenadier squad over to the middle because, as you can see, I do have 0 anti-infantry over here. Only anti-tank and indirect fire. Pioneers over here had to retreat. He is once again flanking me on the left using this hedgerow, a giant hedgerow, as a way of blocking line of sight. However, my mortar apparently knows his squad is here, probably because of the fight, and now the mortar's going to see the squad because they're right next to the point. And, oh, mines! I laid mines there. Oh, yes. Yeah, German mines are awesome, and just once again, the Soviets don't care that this sign is right here. But look at this mortar. Oh, yeah. Mortars are OP. Those guys were retreating, and the mortar landed behind him by quite a distance. I mean, look at that distance. The mortar landed right here. Look at where he was before he started crawling away. That was quite a distance, compared to Company of Heroes 1 standards anyway. And I know I really shouldn't compare this game to Company of Heroes 1. It is its own game. This squad is so screwed. What am I doing? That's a T-34. I'm trying to Panzerfaust it. That's what I'm doing. And I get the Panzerfaust off. Was it worth 200? No, 240 manpower? No, it was not. So that was pretty bad. Does he have a way to repair it? Oh yeah, he has 2 squads here. So that was just a temporary delay. Allowed me to capture the victory point without being attacked at all, even though I really could have done it anyways, because that's quite a distance to travel. But now I have a Panther, and that was a response to his T-34, and we're about to see how one Panther cannot deal with one T-34. Let's just say the map design has to do with that, with the 3 long corridors that are on this map. My opponent now has 2 mortars. How is my mortar doing? It's half health with all 3 men. He appears to be mortaring over here around the victory point because he probably thinks my pack or MG is around there. So I made sure to stay away from there. I went over here with my Panther because I'm chasing this T-34 that has repair piles with it, but no conscripts apparently. When I was playing, I actually thought it had conscripts with it, but apparently I was wrong. It has an MG and 2 piles. The MG is going to do nothing against the Panther. But I am chasing this T-34, and I do decide to set up over here, but then I realize maybe I shouldn't, because my opponent is pushing up in the middle over here, so I want to be more in the middle just to make sure I don't get flanked and then killed, because a Panther, while it is one of the healthier German tanks, it is not invincible. You should not confuse healthier and invincible. Over on the left, my opponent has once again used this ridge and this hedgerow to flank me and basically get on the top left victory point over here without me realizing it. So he has used the map correctly, and he will use the map pretty correctly here in this part of the game. Now you can see at the top he does have 73 victory points, and that is not very many compared to my 467. I don't know. What's 466 divided by 73? I don't know. I was going to say how many times more victory points I have, but I can't do that math in my head. So instead, we're going to move on and talk about how I am attacking his mortars here. I knew he only had mortars here, so it's just like, well, let's go attack your mortars and deal with that. So I bring in LMG 42 Grenadier Squad to attack his mortar as well as capture the point, because I can do both at the same time in this game. And his mortar retreated, and now he's shelling me, and I know he's shelling right here. He no longer has line of sight on these grenadiers, so I know he's shelling right here. So I move him to the other side of the point, and then just let him sit there, capture the point. His other mortar is capturing this point, and it is going to shell this squad. But we have a T-34 moving up, and it is a second T-34 that my opponent has right now, 3rd for the game, because I did kill one. Or did I? No, it got away, so it's the second T-34 in this game. The one in the middle is what I was thinking of, that I was shooting with Panzerschrecks, but it got away. So here is my Grenadier Squad. I tell them, just Panzerfaust that thing. I told them to Panzerfaust it before these conscripts appeared, so I told them to Panzerfaust it, looked away to do something else, and then when I look back here, they are in point-blank range with conscript shooting at them. So I was just like, well, retreat, and I hope you make it out of there. And they did, luckily. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's 2 conscript squads gone. I know it looked like 1, but there were 2. There were 2 in this building. I used 2 rifle grenades in the building. He didn't eject until after the second one. And he only ejected the 1 squad because the other one died in the building. And he lost both squads, so that is awesome. And hello, T-34, and hello, opponent. What are you doing charging a T-34 in here? I have so many munitions, I can shoot infinite Panzerfausts at you. I will be able to shoot... how much is a Panzerfaust? I don't actually know the cost. 25. I can shoot 2 Panzerfausts a minute with a 52 income for munitions, so you should not be charging at me. Little did he know I had a 52 munition per minute income, though. The opponent cannot see your income. If he could, that would be very, very weird. You can see I have built a bunker over here, and that's because I'm really focused on holding the middle, if nothing else. And I was deciding, what do I want to turn this bunker into? An MG would be nice as a last stand on this middle victory point. Medics would be nice to heal my mortar as it gets shelled. And a reinforce point would be nice, so I could reinforce this pack and any other infantry that I could damage while fighting here over the middle victory point. There we go, say it. But I ended up going with a repair station. So reinforce station, whatever it's called. Command post, so I can reinforce. Now here, my opponent is charging with one of his T-34s in the middle. I only have a pack in the middle, but as you will quickly see, that doesn't really do much. They got 1 hit on the T-34, and then it got out of range. That was a miss, so that sucked. And his T-34 is coming up here to this Panther, which is... I did send it up here to attack this T-34 that I had damaged with the Panzerfaust, because he charged it into my Grenadiers. And I also sent my Panzerschrecked Panzer Grenadier Squad, Panzerschrecked Panzer Grenadier Squad, that's a toughie to say, over here, because I knew that one Panther can be outdone by a single T-34, so I needed some support for this Panther. Also, in case the opponent has conscripts up here, which he clearly does, right there. So, I know that this T-34 is coming for me. I knew it was coming for me. I saw it somehow, not sure how, but I knew it was coming for me, so I was just like, okay, this T-34 needs to die now. I don't want to be fighting one T-34 with my Panther and have the other one shooting my rear armor. So I focused on the top T-34. My opponent did charge in with only his MG, which is kind of interesting, possibly a misclick, but he left his T-34 down here. And now he's going to charge with it. But before he does that, I will be able to kill this T-34 up here, because the Panther has a decently long-range gun, and I have Panzerschrecks over here to damage the second T-34 down here. And he is so screwed. Top T-34 gone, and the bottom one's about to die. I am showing my rear armor. I don't care. It's just one T-34. One more hit's all I need. But then he goes there, and he dies. He was hoping to get away, and he almost did, but he didn't. So... hooray! I have successfully defeated two T-34s with the Panther and Panzer Grenadier Squad with Panzerschrecks, but the replay ended there. My opponent, I am sure, dropped out of frustration, losing two T-34s like that, and having me capture... that's a loud MG. Having me capture the right victory point, as well as this point right here. Like, I'm just putting pressure on him on the right and the left, and at the same time, I'm holding the middle with a mortar somewhere. I see it on the minimap, but I don't see it. There it is. It needs to be easier to spot units. That is an issue I have in this game. So, with a mortar and a pack, I don't really have much anti-infantry. I do have two Pioneer squads. But he wasn't really able to push up in the middle either. He thought I might have a lot of stuff in the middle, as well as putting pressure on the sides. Little did he know I did not have much in the middle. I was sending a Grenadier squad up, but it wasn't here yet. I do have an MG, actually. I just realized that. Oh, wow. So I did have anti-infantry. However, his mortar, which has a longer range than mine, I am almost positive about, could have easily taken care of this MG. So I didn't realistically have any anti-infantry once he took care of this thing, which would not be hard to do. Over on the right side, like I said, is that cloaked? I think that's cloaked. Yeah, cloaked ZIS. But over on the right side, you saw I was taking the victory point. I was getting suppressed, and when the game ended, I had just come over here, and I was going to launch a rifle grenade over into here and do something. Let's get away from there. That's annoyingly loud. So, yeah, anyways, I did say I wanted this to be a map review, and it kind of was. I basically explained it in a way so that this map is 3 lanes, and trying to switch from one lane to another is very difficult because of like the long hedgerow over here, the long ridge line here, and the long ridge line over here. And there's actually a hedgerow over here as well, this one right here, but it's not nearly as big as the one on the left. So switching sides is quite difficult to do in this map, so you want to focus on the 3 lanes. I heavily focused on the middle lane, and my opponent used it to his advantage, but I was able to deal with it, and as a result, he lost 2 T-34s in the end to 1 Panther and 2 Panzerschrecks, and then he just gave up because he didn't have much left, even though he really did. But I guess he didn't think he had much left because he thought I was still holding the middle with a whole bunch of stuff, even though I wasn't. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We will end it with the loudest MG you have ever heard, although it might not be too loud in the video because I, of course, edit the sounds. Let's see what this guy sees. Look through the gun sight. That gun sight is not too well done at minimum graphics. I don't even know if it looked different in max graphics. It looks like the top of the gun sight does not in any way match the hole in the gun. Maybe it's not supposed to. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed that little funny face. at the beginning. What do the medics look like? I keep wanting to end this video and then I don't. I don't know what he's thinking. You look like you're about to either crack up or vomit. One of the two. Minimum graphics. Although I'm pretty sure the expressions are all the same, no matter what graphic settings you have. It's just a question of how good the expression looks. You're proud of yourself. You must have done a good job today. Anyways, guys, let's end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys. And the reason I want to show you this game is because I use a really ridiculous strategy as the Russians, and it works out stupidly well. I just want to say that. It works out way better than it really should have.